Joining us for today's entertainment panel is a classic Abby St. John, and she's doing it from home from what it looks like. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to speak with us.
Yeah, no worries.
So we definitely got a kind of horror entertainment panel going on here with the topics we got on the go. So it's going to be interesting what we're going to speak about. But the first topic is going to be, it's very interesting because there hasn't been much promotion on it from what it looks like, you know, definitely seeing like online and everything. But this one is and it is a Sony Pictures Entertainment released this trailer at probably the start of March from what it looked like, and it stars all the Grey's Anatomy fans, and you don't even have to be a Grey's Anatomy fan, of course, to know who it is. Sandra Oh is starring in this, and it looks really interesting. It releases in around 2 weeks. It releases March 18th, and it definitely looks like it highlights, from what it looks like and reading about it, highlights Asian generational trauma, and it looks like it's going to be definitely a bit freaky from what the trailer looks like.
Yes, I even got a little bit freaked out by watching the trailer.
Yeah.
So I'm sure watching the film is going to freak me out even more. But it does look really, really good. It's a Sam Raimi produced film. And, you know, it takes place on a farm. Sandra Oh and her daughter are living on a farm together. And then she finds out that her estranged mother has died, and this man has brought her a box with her mother's ashes in it, and even says her anger will grow as long as she remains in the box. So gives clues that she didn't have a great relationship with her mother, and her daughter doesn't even know about her existence. So she now just has this box that she has to deal with. So she ends up burying it out in her field, and then freaky things start to happen, and it seems like her mother is kind of now haunting her, and she doesn't want to become like her mother. It was written by Irish Shim, and she took inspiration from her childhood and Korean traditions, and it also features imagery from Korean folk tales. Closer to the end of the trailer, it portrays a nine-tailed fox briefly. So it's taking those Korean traditions, and growing up was, it could be sometimes very, very hard for children. So this definitely shows that throughout the film. Sandra Oh and her daughter have somewhat of a good relationship. It's her daughter says throughout the trailer, my mom is my friend. So they have a very good relationship. But then she finds out that her mother had been keeping all these secrets from her, and that kind of comes out. But it definitely pegs on she doesn't want to become like her mother in a very horrific type of way, very paranormal as well.
Yeah, it definitely looks freaky from what you're saying with the trailer of how if the trailer even freaks us out, I cannot imagine how the film is going to be. It definitely looks scary. And of course with Sandra Oh, her acting, her performance already looks like it's going to be just absolutely nuts, especially just from some of the scenes you could see in the trailer. I feel like I won't be able to maybe sit alone and watch this. I'll have to watch it during the day, during daylight hours, and with someone else for sure. But it definitely looks like it's gonna be good, and I'm glad to know that maybe more people are going to be speaking about it, especially just not seeing as much promotion that I think it deserves to have, to know it's coming out this soon as well. So I think hopefully more people are going to hear about this movie, and more people are going to want to go out and see it. And now moving on, another horror film for all the Jordan Peele fans out there. Even me, I just rewatched Get Out just because I wanted to see it again, just remember how freaky it was. But this one is a new trailer that got released around 3 weeks ago called Nope. And a lot of people, I think, have been talking about this one, kind of the opposite of what we were just talking about with Amma. This one has been getting a lot of hype, and there was even a new poster that just got released this week that a lot of people are speaking about. And now with this one, Jordan Peele, of course, wrote and directed it, and it looks very interesting because it's got, classic Keke Palmer that's going to be in it. And from the trailer, it's probably one of my favorite trailers personally watching it. I've been watching it like over and over so many times now that it just looks very interesting, showing like it's not giving too much away, but you kind of have an understanding of what this one's going to be about.
Yeah. When I watched it, it's the same when he was releasing Get Out and Us. It doesn't give that much away. You kind of have sort of an idea of what to expect when going into it, but it's up in the air what this is. You know, they show things coming out of the sky, so it's assuming that it's going to be alien type invasion. Different alien type imagery happens throughout, and it stars Kiki Palmer and Daniel Kaluuya, and they own a ranch that holds and trains horses for Hollywood purposes. And, you know, it kind of starts out seemingly like this is going to be a very nice, wholesome movie. And then it just suddenly gets eerily quiet. And you know something's happening. And it's coming from the sky. So you have that alien type of feel to it, different types of creatures that we briefly see throughout the trailer. You don't get a full picture of what they look like, but it's definitely going to be creepy. It's definitely going to be freaky, just like Get Out and Us, but in its own way. I didn't see Get Out, but I saw Us, and that really freaked me out. I can't watch that movie alone. I can't barely even watch it, even though I've seen it, because it just freaks me out. I think Jordan Peele is gonna go down
Yep.
as one of those horror directors really down in
Yep.
history, because he's doing some amazing things with the horror genre in general. So
He's got a
I
twisted
think this is
mind.
going to just add to his category of fantastic movies. I'm debating whether or not I want to see it, just because of how Us
Yeah.
freaked me out, and this trailer freaked me out a little bit. Just, you know, not really knowing what's coming, but it's definitely going to freak people out in a very, very good way.
Yeah, I personally am so excited. I think everybody's excited to see both of these films that we just spoke about. They're coming up here, and I think everybody's really excited to be able to see all this new horror content. Like you were saying, Jordan's definitely, when he releases this, everyone's going to be pumped to be able to see another movie that he's got coming out, because he's got some great ideas. But
Yes.
unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's entertainment panel. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today, Abby.
Of course, thank you.